Welcome. Today we're diving deep into Thailand's luxury property market. It's really sparkling right now, highly competitive. Our mission really is to get under the hood, understand what's driving this significant resurgence. What's the mix of policy, location, and demand pulling in those high net worth global investors?
Exactly. And importantly, we're not just guessing here. Our analysis comes from a detailed look at an article by Ocean Worldwide. They're a major luxury real estate agency, so this is a real insider's view on where the international money is actually going.
Yeah, they've got serious history. Ocean Worldwide, they've been based right there in Phuket, that key island hub since 2004. The director, Sandra O'Neill, she and her team have helped literally thousands of families, property investors too, over 2 decades now. So their core finding is pretty significant.
It really is.
They're seeing Thailand's luxury and holiday home sectors, well, they're booming, driven by this perfect storm of lifestyle appeal and strategic location.
That's the crux of it. So for you listening, we're going to unpack the why. What specific factors, the policies, the perks make Thailand such a prime investment spot right now? We'll look at the key locations, the hot spots, and also who are these investors? What are they looking for?
Okay, let's start big picture. Thailand's regional position. The analysis is pretty clear. Thailand has really cemented its place as the leader in Southeast Asia's luxury market. We're talking everything from, those incredible seaside villas to slick, sophisticated condos in Bangkok. The appeal is definitely layered.
Oh, absolutely. And when you dig into the fundamental draws for, well, the global elite, three things really stand out. First, that huge lifestyle appeal. Thailand just offers these premium living experiences, world-class hospitality, amazing service, high-end wellness. It's all integrated.
Right, that's the quality of life bit, the emotional pull.
Precisely. Then second, the strategic location. You can't argue with it. It's so central in Southeast Asia, a perfect hub for investment, convenient for travel across the region. But the third factor, well, this might be the most critical for getting international capital moving. The accessible legal frameworks.
Okay, accessible frameworks, that sounds good, but it can be a bit fuzzy for listeners maybe used to, say, Western property laws. What does accessible actually mean in Thailand for a foreign buyer? Because outright land ownership, that's generally restricted, isn't it?
That's a really important question. And yeah, the details matter here. The framework works because it's predictable, it's secure for foreign money. Okay, so you can't own the land outright usually. But investors have two solid options. They can buy condo units, freehold on them completely, or for villas and houses, they use these long-term, renewable 30-year leaseholds. That security, that predictability, plus pretty efficient ways to transact, it just makes it feasible, makes buyers confident.
Got it. So stable legal ground, central location, great lifestyle. But as you said, that alone doesn't guarantee a surge. Which brings us to policy. What concrete steps are the government, or maybe developers, taking to keep this growth going?
Yeah, we can definitely point to specific policy moves aimed right at high net worth individuals. The big one is the enhanced visa incentives. We're talking specifically about the long-term resident visa, the LTR visa.
The LTR visa. What's special about that compared to a normal visa? Why is it such a game changer for these investors?
It's way more than just a tourist visa. It's basically a 10-year residency, and it's renewable. Crucially, it offers significant non-tax perks, makes re-entry super easy, and just cuts down on all that administrative friction you often get with long foreign stays. That stability, that ease, it's exactly what global execs and wealthy families need.
Removing that friction, yeah, that's a huge incentive.
And it's not just policy. The money side is changing, too. We're seeing more financing options popping up for foreign investors. It happens in a couple of ways. Sometimes developers offer specific financing for their big projects. Other times you see international banks stepping in, offering mortgages to qualified non-residents. Makes those big purchases, 7, 8 figures, a bit more liquid.
So looking at the buyers, they're clearly being targeted.
Yeah.
Specific policies, tailored finance options, and the demand is surging because they want that kind of holy trinity, right? Long-term asset value, amazing lifestyle, plus the potential for rental income.
That synergy is exactly the pitch. It's not just buying a second home. It's an asset that could appreciate, generates income, and gives the family this incredible luxury base.
Okay, if that's the powerful mix, let's talk geography. Where is this investment actually flowing? Bangkok's always there, the constant. But which other spots are really evolving into these sort of integrated hubs that can handle this level of demand?
Yeah, the growth story now is really about those secondary locations. Pattaya and Phuket are seeing really significant change. They're becoming much more than just beach resorts. They're turning into proper integrated hubs, mini cities almost, offering that whole premium living package we talked about.
Right, and since the agency we're drawing from, Ocean Worldwide, is actually based in Phuket, let's zoom in there. Within Phuket, where are the specific micro-markets seeing this really strong luxury growth?
The analysis gives a pretty granular view, which shows the market spread out across the island. It's not just one little beach area. If you look at areas like the Long, Surin, and Pasak, these tend to be the super high-end, low-density villa spots, buyers looking for ultimate privacy, space.
Okay, the top-tier destination villas.
Exactly. Then contrast that with places like Patong, Rawai, Phuket Town, Panwa, and even Phok Lok. These areas often see strong condo sales, more integrated projects, good for rental income, closer to the commercial stuff. The fact that luxury is active across all these different areas, from secluded spots to more urban ones, it just shows how mature and robust the overall growth really is.
That diversification point is key. Now, the buyers, we have to talk about them.
Huh.
Despite all the global wobbles, the analysis really stresses the resilience of Chinese investors. They seem to be this constant, strong base of interest.
They absolutely are. Their interest remains strong, and what they're looking for tells you a lot about their long-term plans. They're not just after a holiday pad. They're target locations. They're strategically near crucial infrastructure. International schools, airports, top-tier medical facilities.
That's very telling, isn't it? It suggests they're looking to set up a proper year-round family base. They want the same kind of infrastructure standards they'd expect back home in their major city. It sounds less like a travel plan, more like a relocation strategy.
It feels like a generational investment, definitely not a quick seasonal thing, and that demands stability, services, which in turn pushes developers to keep upping their game on quality and community planning.
Okay, so looking forward, if the market feels this solid, what's the outlook say towards 2025 and beyond? Is this momentum sustainable?
The general outlook seems overwhelmingly positive. Several key things support it. You've got that resilient global demand we mentioned, pretty favorable tax structures, and this continued push for better infrastructure, especially transport links. Plus, those strategic government initiatives specifically targeting high net worth people. That shows long-term commitment. The whole system seems geared for stability, for growth.
And external validation doesn't hurt either, right? The sector got a lot of recognition recently at the 19th Property Guru Thailand Property Awards, spotlighting top developers, top projects. That kind of industry praise definitely helps keep global investor confidence high.
And what's really interesting is seeing how the agency itself, Ocean Worldwide, is innovating. The analysis mentions Gael Ovidetian, who heads up their marketing. They're apparently using deep market analysis, even AI, to get better results for both buyers and sellers.
AI, that's interesting. How does that go beyond just like standard market reports for luxury stuff? Is it actually changing the buyer experience, or is it more about finding the right leads?
It seems like it's doing both. For buyers, AI is moving towards hyper-personalization. So, predicting what you might want based not just on price, but lifestyle, suggesting places near the specific type of school or hospital you need. And for sellers, it helps them spend their marketing money much more effectively, targeting only the most likely high net worth leads. Better conversion rates for those premium properties. It's technology supporting exclusivity.
Huh. That blend of cutting-edge tech with the kind of on-the-ground know-how that Sandra O'Neill and her team have built up over 20 years, that's clearly a massive advantage in this market. Okay, so let's try and boil this down one last time for everyone listening. What's the single most important takeaway here?
I think the key thing is that Thailand's luxury market success isn't just happening by chance, it's deliberate.
Yeah.
It's built on government foresight, things like that LTR visa, and it's driven by this absolute focus on development quality. Investors are coming because it hits this rare sweet spot: location, policy, lifestyle, and solid long-term asset value.
It really paints a picture of a market that's matured way beyond just tourism or quick flips.
Which leads to maybe a final thought for you to mull over after this deep dive. This intense focus on high net worth individuals, creating these integrated, almost self-contained luxury hubs with their own schools, hospitals. It suggests a deliberate push to build these self-sustaining luxury ecosystems. What could that mean for how hospitality, wellness, and real estate integrate globally in the future? Are we maybe seeing a blueprint here for the next wave of specialized global city centers?
That is definitely something to think about. A powerful final thought. And if you want to dig into the source material yourself, maybe see some listings in those vibrant areas from Surin to Pasak. Remember, This deep dive drew heavily on the expertise and insights of Ocean Worldwide. They're that trusted agency based right there in Phuket since 2004. You can find out much more by hitting directly to oceanwwp.com.
Indeed. Until next time, keep looking at the dynamics driving the markets.